This VATAS training video is for payroll staff. This video is going to show you how to set up a delegation of authority, or DOA for short, in VATAS. For any payroll staff who are at a station that is getting ready to go live on VATAS, the help desk does your initial setup of all of your delegations of authority. However, after that initial setup, DOAs are the responsibility of payroll staff. I've set up a demo delegation of authority for this instructional video, and you can see it here. This is the current DOA form that we are using. You need to be accurate when filling these out. Station name, I've put training VAMC. The station number, 327. Duty station location. This is very important. If you're submitting a delegation of authority for a duty station TL unit, you need to put the specific duty station code in. And in this case, I've put training CBOC as the name, and the duty station code I've put in A underscore. Again, A is in alpha underscore. Most main facilities, and if you're at a medical center, typically it's the main hospital facility, the duty station code is defaulted to 2 underscores. And then the CBOCs are typically designated with some sort of letter and number combination, or letter and underscore combination, such as in the example we're doing today. Finally, we have TL name, and here we have training TL unit, and the TL unit is 008. We filled in the date effective, which is the first day of the current pay period, 2/4/18. The DOA contact name, and this should be the person responsible for filling out the delegation of authority. The phone number and the point of contact's email. It's really up to each station and each TL unit as far as how many backups they want for any given TL unit. You need to have some amount of backups though. I've honestly been to stations where a supervisor will tell me I don't need to have any backups because I'm never going to be sick and I'm never going to take a vacation. Well, they may say that with the best intentions, but you just never know what's going to happen, and you don't want to take a chance that an employee will not be paid because we didn't have a delegation of authority set up correctly. So you need to have at least some backups in for each role. The timekeeper, supervisor, and finally, TL approver. Again, it's up to each station. I've seen some stations that like to have 10, 15 backups for every single role. And if that's what that station wants, and if that's what that TL unit wants, that's okay. But really, in my opinion, I would say 4 to 5 backups is plenty. In the situation where maybe all 4 and 5 backups and the primary are out of the office on the same day, it would be pretty easy for payroll to go in and put somebody in that scenario to get that employee's timesheet validated or certified. Okay, but again, I would say 4 to 5 is enough. Now we're going to go back to our training database, and we're currently logged in as the station payroll admin. You will do all of your delegations of authorities, your DOAs, under the TL units box, and it will be the TL unit management link. When we select the TL unit management link, we have our blue search bar to narrow down the results. Most payroll offices in the station code dropdown will only have one result there. They'll only have one option. Some facilities, they're the payroll provider for the main station as well as the VISN headquarters. In these scenarios, you may have 2 options or more in the station code dropdown. So you want to select that one station that you're going to be working with, and again, most of you will only have one option here, and we select 327. In the TL code, this is where you'll type in the 3-digit T&L that you're going to be searching for and inputting. And from our delegation, we know that is 008, so we type 008 and search. And as is the case often, you will get more than one result when you search, and that is the case here. We have 3 results. However, let's go back and take a look at our delegation of authority. You see that this delegation of authority is specifically for TL unit 327 A underscore 008, because our TL units, the first 3 numbers are the station, the middle 2 indicators are the duty station, and the last 3 digits are the T&L. So again, 327A_008. Back in our training database, we want to pick that specific option, 327A_008. So we click on the hyperlink. You see that we currently have 4 employees in this TL unit, and we have no roles filled in. We have no primaries or backups filled in. Let's go and look at our DOA, and we see our primary timekeeper is Jimmy Timekeeper, and our backup timekeeper, first name timekeeper, last name backup. So that's how we're going to fill in our delegation of authority in VETAS. Next to each primary role, you only have the option to assign, because you can only have one primary for any given role. Next to the timekeeper, we'll click assign, and we'll type in the last name, which is timekeeper, and search. We have multiple results that came up here. So if we want to narrow it down even further, we can type in some of the first name. We type in JIMM, and now we have only our one result, Jimmy Timekeeper. We select, and now we have our primary filled in. We'll now add our backup, and next to the backup, it's not the assign option, it's add, because you can add as many backups as you need. We click add. We'll check the delegation again. The employee's last name is backup, first name timekeeper. So we'll type in backup, comma, TIM, and hopefully that'll be enough to narrow down our results. And it is. We have our one result. We will select, and now we have our primary and backup entered. Next, we'll move on to our supervisor. We'll again check our delegation. Let's scroll down a bit. The primary supervisor, first name Bruce, last name supervisor. We're going to go back to VETAS and assign. Username, last name supervisor, first name Bruce, supervisor, comma, BR. That should be enough again, and it is. We select the correct name, and now our primary is filled in. Notice, as we fill these in, beside each option, we then get the option to unassign. So in the future, as your delegations of authority change, if you need to remove a name, you would just simply unassign next to the name you need to remove. We are still working on filling this in, so we'll go now to our backup supervisor and add. And again, let's check our delegation. Last name full-time, first name Sup, S-U-P. Last name full-time, first name S-U-P, and search. And there it is, it's the first option. We'll select, and in this case we have 12 records. You would want to make sure you're selecting the correct name, and this is SUP. We now have our backup filled in. And finally, let's go to our second level supervisor, the TL approver, and we'll fill in the primary by assigning. Let's finally scroll down on our DOA. First name Tina, last name TL approver, and our backup director, last name SES. So we will search for TL approver, comma, Tina, and search. We have our one result. We will select, and it is now filled in. And finally, our backup TL approver. We will add. The last name was SES, first name director. We search, we have two results, but we're looking for SES director. We will select, and it is now filled in. Our delegation of authority now matches exactly the form that was submitted, and that is what you want to do when filling these out in VETAS. You want it to mirror whatever was submitted by that TL unit. And you should probably keep the most recent delegations of authority on file so that you can reference them. Should you ever have anybody say, well, why can I not see these employees? Let's check the delegation of authority and find out. Again, this VETAS training video has been about how to fill out a delegation of authority in VETAS. Thank you.